everybody, happy Thursday. And if you hear some rummaging, they are pulling out all the bushes and trees around my apartment, and I've been waiting for hours, but they won't shut up. So I apologize if you hear like because they're doing the work. But anyway, so today's video is kind of a follow-up from a video I released on January 17th. I'm looking at my laptop, and it's called Are People with Borderline Personality Disorder Bad? The reason that I'm doing this follow-up is because there was a ton of chatter in the comments about, well, not really about, from people who had been emotionally hurt, physically hurt, or just hurt and upset in general by those with borderline personality disorder. And many of them felt upset because they felt that when I was talking about in the video by saying that people with borderline personality disorder aren't bad, I was in some way negating their feelings or telling them that they had no right to be upset. And they were arguing that people with borderline are bad, and I just really wanted to talk about it with all of you wonderful people, clear the air so that we're all on the same page. You with me? Okay, so I'm going to start it off. People with BPD are not bad. Period. End of discussion. That's it. Are there people in this world who are bad? Yes. And that's a distinction I want to make. Having borderline personality disorder does not equate to us being a bad person. Having depression doesn't mean that. Anxiety doesn't mean that. ADHD doesn't mean that. Eating disorder. I can go on and on and on for days because a diagnosis does not equal us being a bad person or a good person or a thoughtful person. That, like, the actions that we take are the things that we have to take responsibility for. We can't blame it on a diagnosis. That's part of the whole reason I do my channel, is so that we can help ourselves realize what's going on, understand what we're going through, and work to be better humans in general. Can someone with BPD have hurt you? Of course. Can you be upset and really hate their guts? Yeah. Should you hold on to that and shout at people in the comments? Probably not, because therein lies what our own work is. I know if I was really hurt by someone and I harbored that, that would just fester in my body and I'd be so angry. And so if you find yourself just still full of anger from being hurt by someone, I would encourage you to reach out for help and start talking about it in a healthy, happy way with a therapist so that you can get some insights. You can gain a little bit of, tools and tricks and tips. Wow, that was a mouthful. So that you can better help yourself when you're really feeling icky, bad, down, all of the above. Okay? I just want us all to understand that a diagnosis doesn't make us a bad person. The actions we take do. And people with BPD can lash out. They can be hurtful. That's why there's such a stigma out there, and why a lot of people have told me that therapists don't take them because they find out they have BPD and they're like, no. And I just want to set the record straight that BPD doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't even mean you're a difficult patient. That would be like lumping everybody into a big tent and being like, you're all the same. We know everyone experiences a diagnosis differently. I have a video about quiet borderline where people actually take the anger, frustration, the reaction, and all of that stuff out on themselves. So there are very different types of BPD, and to lump all of them and say everybody with borderline is bad is just perpetuating a terrible, terrible stigma, and I can't be a part of it. And so if I find you leaving comments like that, I'm not going to approve them. I don't want you guys fighting in the comments either. That's something that is just difficult for me, and that's not what this channel's about. The channel is about us communicating, having a healthy, open conversation about mental health. Is it fair for you to say that you've been hurt by someone with borderline? Yes. Is it fair for you to say everybody with borderline is bad? No. And I think that's the distinction, and that's just what I want you all to hear. And I am so sorry. I take full responsibility if you felt that the other video negated or in some way made it feel like I wouldn't take your feelings seriously or wasn't taking into consideration people who've been hurt by those with borderline. In all honesty, that's for another video, and I'm happy to do it. Let me know in the comments if you want a video about that, because I'm more than happy to talk about what it's like to live with a borderline who's not taking responsibility for their actions. Because I think that's important too. But what I want to get across, and what I want to get across in that video, is that a diagnosis doesn't make us a bad person. The actions that we take do. And we all have to take responsibility for our actions, because that's what affects others and in the end ends up ruining our relationships. So I hope that that's clear and you understand that I'm not upset with either side. I just want you all to understand where I was coming from and that I in no way meant to hurt anybody's feelings, make you feel like I wasn't hearing you or anything. I would just ask that you don't fight with each other in the comments, because then I'm like a referee. Nope, that's too far. Nope, I hear you, but I can't approve it. And then I kind of feel like an asshole in the end anyway. Okay, I love you all. I hope that you like this video. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And if you want more about that, just let me know what topics you'd like me to talk about in the comments. I love you all. Bye!